Hey guys, it's Trainspotting Mayhem here, back with another SCR video. Today I wanted to talk about what do I think the future will be for SCR and what updates could potentially be coming to SCR in the future. Now, I originally thought of this idea because if you remember a couple of days ago I talked about the last extension in SCR and what were my thoughts about it, and now I figured I'd make a video telling you guys what do I think would still come to SCR even though of course the extensions are stopping. Let's just talk about what the future could be for SCR. Let's go. First up, I wanted to talk about the more obvious things that might come to SCR. So obviously at the moment, since SCR 1.7 came out, SCR have been upgrading a lot of stations. So I think eventually it might take a little while, but eventually I think every station in SCR will be upgraded to look a lot better. Because recently we had Lynn by the Sea being announced that it was going to be upgraded, and just this morning they talked about Edgemead getting upgraded as well. Which, let's just talk about this for a moment, because I figured I need to talk about this for a moment. This is really good, because if you remember me saying in the review of the Stepford Mainline, all the stations on the Stepford Mainline, I did say that Edgemead badly needed an upgrade, because I said Express stops at this station, and I didn't think it should have stopped at this station, because it just looks so bad. Like, the surrounding area of Edgemead doesn't even look that good. It's just got a few shops at the outside of the station, and that's it. So I'm glad that upgrading, hopefully the actual area of Edgemead also gets upgraded, because I think that was another drawback to Express actually stopping at Edgemead. But now I think, now that it's being upgraded, I think Edgemead now looks like a station that Express should stop at. So I think that's really good. But anyway, back to the actual thing. So yeah, in the future, all stations of SCR will be upgraded, hopefully, to look even better. Now let's move on to the next thing. Next thing I wanted to talk about is next gen version 2 trains. So, similar to stations, in the future of SCR, eventually all the trains in SCR will be upgraded to version 2, next gen. This may take a little while because next gen version 2 trains are extremely detailed and must take so long to make. So obviously you gotta give them time, so it's gonna take a long time for this to happen, but I think eventually all trains in SCR will be upgraded to the next gen version 2. So those are the two obvious things I wanted to talk about. Now let me talk about like the less obvious things that I think should come to the game. So I don't know if you guys agree with me on this, but I don't think that trains in general in SCR don't sound that good. Like, don't get me wrong, they actually do sound like their actual things, but I think the sounds could be worked on a bit better, so that when you're beginning to accelerate, it like the sound slowly comes in. Like, you know, for example, with the 801, it happens with the 801 in real life, and in SCR it doesn't really do that, does it? It's just, so I think if SCR are trying to become a realistic game, I think they need to work on the sounds a bit better and try and rework the sounds just that little bit, so that when you start to accelerate, it just makes it sound like it's doing it. Like, and yeah, so that's one thing I want to talk about for the trains. So another thing I want to talk about the trains is that I think there should be custom accelerations. For example, if you don't know what that means, it means that an HST could have a really slow acceleration, and a 377 could have like a really quick deceleration as well, maybe. Like, because if you remember in real life, HSTs don't have the best acceleration of all trains. So I was thinking, if they were to add more realistic sounds to the trains, then I think they could also rework the train's acceleration to every single train, instead of it just being the same acceleration to the same train. Like, all trains in SCR have the same acceleration at the moment, so I think they could change it so that each train has a custom acceleration and deceleration. maybe. I think that'll be a good idea, to be honest, and it'll make the game seem even more realistic. I think one drawback to this though would be that they'd have to like change the speed limits around, so like it takes, because the HST, like I said, takes longer to accelerate. When you're suddenly accelerating and then suddenly you have to decelerate immediately, like you're gonna give the train time to decelerate. So of course they're gonna have to rework where the speed limits are if they do that. But I think that would be a good idea. Next I wanted to talk about is additional stations. So extensions might be coming to an end, but maybe, just maybe, they could add stations to existing lines. Like for example, maybe between Bowden and Coxley. They did it between Hampton, Hargate and Waterstones, and they added Upper Statlow in between. So maybe between Bowden and Coxley they could add a new station. Like maybe they could add a new route, maybe from Benton to Stepford Central, or Victoria to Benton maybe. And there could be a station that is exclusive to that route, which is between Bowden and Coxley. Don't know what it'd be called. Maybe it might be called Coxley Newtown. Maybe they might add Coxley Newtown back to the game, and that'll be what it'd be called. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's another good idea I think I might have. Yeah. So now that I think of it, this one's a little more obvious, because Bantech put out a video about this, saying what his like goals for 2021 would be, and Stepford County Railway was included in this. And one of the things he said was that a real life station announcer will be coming to SCR this year, somewhere this year. It could be later on this year, it could be earlier on this year. I think it'll be earlier on this year, to be honest though, because it can't be that hard to just include a real life station announcer. It might take a while because there's a lot of routes and a lot of stations in general, so it might take a little while to do that, but apart from that, I don't think it should take too long. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. I think it'll be a good idea to do this, because they added a real life train announcer, so why not do the same thing for a station announcer? And who do I think it'll be? I think it'll be Anne. If you don't know who Anne is, she is the real life UK train announcer. It only just makes sense to put her in the game as well, since it's a UK based game. It's a UK based game, so every station, trains are UK based, so it's meant to be based around the UK SCR. So it just makes sense to add Anne in, to be honest, and it'll be kind of cool. And I think they should also add the chime in as well, like before every announcement. Like that would be really cool as well. And yeah, that is all what I think that's going to be coming for the future. So yeah, that's all what the updates that I think is going to be coming into the future of STR. Let me know what you think down in the comments section down below. There could be loads of other things that could be coming in as well. But yeah, that's just some things I think that could be coming. Obviously they could do a lot more. They could try to make the graphics look even more realistic. But that might not be for absolutely ages yet. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you like, subscribe and turn on those notifications. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye guys.